Hello everyone and welcome back to the Operation Persian Freedom campaign for the A-10C II on DCS World, where we're now on to Mission 3, New Digs. So the briefing of this mission seems very straightforward and simple. We are just moving to a different airbase. We are just going to fly over to be a little bit closer to the front, a little bit further along the coast. And for the first part of the flight, it really does seem that that is all this is going to be. So there's just some back and forth chat going on as we fly over. But then things really do start to heat up towards the end of the mission, and we do have a lot of fun there. If you are just interested in the action, I have put chapter titles down below, so you can skip on to the part where poop hits the fan. Anyway, let's dive in and see what happens today.
That's great news. Congratulations, sir. Thanks, Steve. But I wasn't the only one there. The whole flight faced the same risk. But you let them in. It takes balls to go head-on with the SAM system, especially in a slow mover like the Hawk. Well, the SA-6 crew were more awake than the SAM crew in Abu Musa. Yes, sir. They weren't exactly ready for us. Why? What happened? Well, after Gunman 2's initial run on the SA-15, we thought it was up in an attempt to engage. So we reviewed the feed from the Reaper during debrief. The crew ain't even manning it. We have feed of them hopping in a vehicle and hightailing it to the door. Dumb bastards. Didn't they hear there's a war on? Well, let's hope that all the enemy we face is to the same standard. I wouldn't count on it, especially as we start to encounter the IRGC. Say that's one hell of a tall building in Dubai.
Warning, autopilot.
Burj Khalifa at 2,722 feet tall, the tallest building in the world. You been reading books again, boss? We might be living out here for a while. I'll have a brush up on the local knowledge. What's it used for? Financial sector? Hotel, apartments, offices and tourism, I think. It has an observation deck on one of the top floors, but the views of the city are amazing. Jesus, Steve, the views are already amazing from up here. Fair enough, fair enough. So, Mono, the boss and me were talking call signs the other day. You going to tell me where yours came from? Good. personal about Steep. That's something I never share. There's a lot of traffic up here today. We must be really keeping the pressure up over Iran. Yeah, the tasking is pretty intense. Literally hundreds of targets being hit day and night. Shame we're missing out today. Rather be delivering freedom over Iran than delivering luggage. You'll see plenty of action soon enough. Might make you appreciate the easy missions. How long do you think the air war will go on for? The Desert Storm air campaign lasted over a month with more than 100,000 sorties flown. Now Iran's defences are not as strong as Iraq's, but no they'll be quick to crack. My good feeling is 1 to 2 weeks until Iran is softened up enough for the ground offensive. Hopefully we won't leave much for the grunts to mop up. You think air power alone will break the back of Iran's military? Hard to fight when you've no equipment, command and control, or logistics left. Don't underestimate the resolve of our opponent. The IRGC is estimated to be over 250,000 strong. It is ideologically motivated and prepared for asymmetric warfare. You know how much trouble the Iraq insurgency caused us. Now imagine 250,000 troops blending into the population. Troops that are not just committed to, but trained for that very mission. Insurgency. That's the nightmare scenario. You think it'll go that way, boss? I don't see how it doesn't, so the mission is to keep a lid on it. First Iraq, then Afghanistan. We keep getting involved out here. You think this time we'll actually find WMDs? While we know they've been used, the evidence from Ravar was pretty clear-cut. Yeah, but we knew for sure that Saddam used them in Iraq, but we still came up short when we went looking for them. That's true, but a lot of time passed between when they were used and when we went looking. You think they'll try to use them against coalition forces? I think it's very unlikely. The Iraqis never dared, and I don't see Iran daring either. Deploying WMDs against US troops, that's gonna get a pretty strong response. Yeah, I just don't see it happening. Element Head Tower, Gunman 1 leading a flight of 3, requesting permission to land. Gunman 1, please enter pattern Angels 5.
And this is where everything starts to go wrong very quickly.
Oh man, boss, we got an explosion. East end of the base. I see it, I see it. Oh God! Look, downtown. I see it. Stand by, Gunman. Tower, this is Gunman. What happened down there?
We're not sure yet. We're still trying to establish that.
Well, we just saw 2 more explosions in downtown Dubai, so I'm willing to bet it wasn't an accident.
Copy, Gunman. I'll pass it on. Can you continue to hold on current fuel?
Ethereum Tower, we will maintain Angels 5 in the pattern. Overlord, this is Gunman 1.
Go ahead, Gunman.
Overlord, we have a major explosion on the ground at Elman Head and eyes on 2 more large fires in downtown Dubai. Strongly suspect this is a coordinated attack.
Copy, Gunman. Wait one. Gunman, what is your available force?
Overlord, we are 3 A-10s, cannon only, but all have targeting pods.
Gunman, we want 1 A-10 at each location to provide Overwatch and support. Whiplash is coordinating with ground forces. Contact them when in position.
Overlord, Gunman copies all. Boss, what do they think we're going to achieve over a city with nothing but a cannon? Keep calm, Mono. Our TTPs will be useful to those on the ground. Okay, Gunman, you heard the orders. Mono, you take the 7 blast. I'll take the one at the Burj Khalifa. Steve, you stay here and cover Elman Head. Contact Whiplash, they'll connect you to the ground forces. I'll see you on the ground. Whiplash, this is Gunman 2-1, on station Elman Head.
Gunman 2-1, stand by. We're trying to find you the correct frequency. Stand by.
So it goes back and forth a few times with being given dead frequencies, probably for people who are involved in the explosion. But in the end we do get given the correct frequency, just skipping over the back and forth of dead frequencies.
Gunman 2-1, we made contact with Captain Taylor of the base security force. He's on frequency 31.8.
Okay, Whiplash, 31.8. This is Gunman 2-1, Captain Taylor. Do you copy?
Gunman 2-1, I hear you.
Captain, I wasn't expecting to hear another British voice. You with the regiment?
Yeah, we're part of the base's force protection. Got 1-4 squadron here.
Well, good to hear, Captain. What's your status down there?
Truck full of explosives rammed the east gate. We took heavy casualties over there. Base is on full alert, but we've got a lot going on managing the situation over there.
Captain, are you aware there were 2 more attacks in Dubai at the same time?
I just heard.
Okay, Captain. What do you need from me?
We could use another pair of eyes on the base perimeter. Given the coordinated attacks, we consider there might be a secondary attack.
Copy, I'll hold my orbit above the base. I have a lightning pod on board and can look closer at any potential hostiles.
Sounds good, Gunman 2-1. Keep this channel open. Call out anything suspicious you see. I'll contact you if you have any specific requests.
So after flying around for quite a while, checking all the roads that approach the base, I do spot a little truck that's making its way along from the direction of downtown Dubai. It seems to be approaching the base. I can't radio it in while it is still on approach, but eventually it does stop near the fence and then the game lets me radio it in, so that's what I do.
Taylor, I have eyes on a civilian vehicle. It's stopped by the perimeter fence on the northern side of the base, around 2,000 feet from the western end of the runway.
Copy, Gunman 2-1. Checking it out now.
But that was just a false alarm.
All clear, Gunman 2-1. Just some locals wanting to get a closer look at what's going on. We've moved them on.
In the radio menu then it does give me a little prompt to alert the captain to a group of men in the south. They are being shown as friendlies with the little transponder signals, so I know they're friendlies, but the game gives me an option, so I radio it in.
Captain Taylor, I see a large number of armed men on the south perimeter, east of the south gate. They belong to you?
Stand by, Gunman 2-1.
Once again, that's just a false alarm, everything's fine there.
Gunman 2-1, they belong to me. Good spot though.
But then things get a little more interesting and we're called in on a particular Land Rover that I already have eyes on.
Gunman 2-1, our sentries have just spotted a heavy vehicle pulling onto the main road east of the base. It's a covered Land Rover style vehicle.
Stand by, acquiring visual. Okay, I have eyes on the truck.
last truck we stopped exploded. We need you to make the call.
Is this type of vehicle expected on the base?
Yeah, they're delivering those all the time. So it could be packed full of explosives or full of toilet paper.
Great. Gunman 2-1 copies.
So we'll just orbit around trying to keep the TGP on this, keep an eye on what it's doing. It seems to be approaching the main gates, but then just over here it turns off the road and is going down the side, so I think, okay, maybe this isn't a threat, maybe it's just bypassing the base. There is a route around the back that you can just bypass the base altogether, so maybe that's what they're doing. Unfortunately, at the next junction, it turns again, putting it back onto the southern entrance approach to the base, so starts to be a bit more of a threat here, but still not enough to call it. Then just here it comes to a stop at a crossroads, kind of pointing towards the security group that I called in earlier. If it turns left, it's going towards the base entrance. Continues on, it's just going towards that security group, so I'm keeping a very close eye on it here. Now here, one of the security group breaks off and approaches. As it does so, the Land Rover begins to reverse and then immediately turns away and starts to run, and that's pretty much a very large red flag there, so I decide at this point I'll try and call it in.
Captain, truck is hostile. Calling hostile. It's clearly avoiding the security forces. Don't let it approach.
Copy that. Good work, Gunman 2-1. They won't be getting any closer. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Good call, Gunman 2-1. The way that thing blew was definitely loaded for an attack.
So we just return some quiet patrolling, circling the area, nothing much happens for a while, and begin to debate whether the mission is over when something else starts to happen.
Gunman 2-1, base is taking mortar fire. Stand by. Stand by. Gunman 2-1, we have incoming mortar fire. We think it's coming from the small orchard south of the base. I need eyes on it now. Let me know what you can see. If you struggle to locate the target, I can try and talk you onto it.
And sure enough, at the orchard to the south of the base, just beyond tree line, is a nice little group of angry people with mortars.
Captain, I have tally on the mortar position. 5 armed fighters present.
Copy, Gunman 2-1. Are you able to handle that position? I have 3 armed hummers and a squad ready to engage if not. You have the best tactical picture, so it's your call.
Definitely not going to send vehicles out against an entrenched enemy when I have a brute gun, so I just say I'll take it.
Leave it to me, Captain. I see RPGs in the tree line and a lot of open ground between you and them. Your men will be heading into an ambush. I'll engage with 30 Mike. Send your lads in on my signal.
Copy, Gunman 2-1. Awaiting your signal.
So you may have noticed I took particular attention in this one particular guy, and that is because he is carrying a man-pad. This is actually my second attempt at this mission. Before it went very much the same, except this guy absolutely slapped me with the man-pad and destroyed both engines. And so this time I'm taking this a lot more nervous, take it from a lot further range, and I'm firing at extreme range, really just to try and hit that guy while trying to keep myself away from his missile launcher. Keep a very close eye for any white puff of return fire, otherwise I'm just laying down a lot of fire here, really being rather careless, but I want to make sure that I take out that man-pad. And the good news is that the field is pretty clear of friendlies, so putting hundreds of rounds of 30mm into the field is pretty much a ideal situation. and any collateral damage is bad guy collateral damage. Then I just turn away, start flaring just in case the guy survived, and then recover my position. Indeed, when I manage to level out to get TGP eyes on the site again, I search around and there is a huge number of bullet holes just littering the area, and scattered among them is 2 dead bad guys, including the guy with the missile launcher. One of their trucks is also on fire, and I believe most of their mortars were taken out. They still do have some other RPGs in the hills, so I want to go and take those out before they cause any more damage. So here, having pointed the TGP at the group, I then just turn in. Got eyes on multiple enemies here. I just moved the TGP cross off of the target so I can see it a little better, and then just head in, firing bursts at the 2 groups of men as well as the nearby truck. Just try and do as much damage, being a lot more cautious with my shots this time. So then swing round, I have to head back around so that the tree line isn't between me and the guys to get a proper BDA on the area. As I zoom in, I see there is 1 survivor at least hiding behind the tree line, and I've still got 400 rounds of 30mm, so plenty that I can throw at this guy. I turn around, roll back in. As I do roll back in, fortunately I've picked a bad angle here and the smoke trails are in the way, but still I put in a few bursts through where I know where he's hiding.
Pull up, pull up.
And then just a case of pulling away. And then just here I get nice visual confirmation that I did in fact hit that guy with probably far too many bullets for a person. At this point I'm happy that all of the enemies are down, and so call it in that's safe to approach.
Captain, the mortar is out of action. Send in your team to secure the area.
Copy. Thanks for the assist, 2-1. I think we're under control here now. Thanks for the support. Look me up later. I'll owe you a pint.
Gunman 2-1 to Gunman 1-1. Go ahead, 2-1. We had 2 more attacks over here. All quiet now, though. Copy 2-1. Nothing more happened in Dubai. I'm RTB with Gunman 3. Contact the tower and land at Al Minhad.
So after that, all that was left was to land at the airbase, which was nicely really nearby, with the idea that no area was really safe, but may as well land there. And so yeah, good mission. Managed to accomplish it there on the second try. First try, as I said, the man-pad took me out, which is a wee bit embarrassing. That time though, I made sure that he went down nice and quick, and took out all of the optional objectives there, completely cleansed that site, and so nice happy victory there. I wasn't expecting that mission to have so much in it, and turned out to be a really fun one. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to catch you in a future episode. Until then, remember to be kind to yourselves and everyone else. Cheers.